This is Mrs. Watts. I am going to be your art teacher for Foundations of Art A this school year. So I wanted to just make a little video for you so you can kind of get to know the class and get to know what's going to be going on in our classroom this year. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm Mrs. Watts. Welcome to your art course. I hope you had a great summer and excited to get started. I'll be your art teacher this year, and I've been teaching since 2003 and with Agora since 2016. I have certification in both Art Ed K through 12 as well as Business Technology K through 12, and I'm also certified in portrait photography from the Art Institute. I am located just south of Pittsburgh, so I am a Pens fan. Don't really watch football, so if you were to talk about football, I wouldn't really know what to tell you, or baseball, but huge hockey fan. So hopefully none of my Philly students get too upset about that, but definitely a Pens fan through and through. Okay, so when you first get into the course, make sure the first thing that you do welcome course folder is to get into that class syllabus. That's going to tell you everything you need to know about the course. It's going to tell you the late policy. It's going to tell you the class policies. It's going to give a really good breakdown on what the coursework is going to look like. So make sure that you open up that class syllabus and really read through it. It's big. It has a lot of information in it, but just make sure you take some time and sit down and read through that. And you can contact me, obviously available through email. We can meet before or after class. If you want to make an appointment, you can email me for a time, and we can figure out a time that we both are in a live class and are able to meet. And then you can also reach me by phone. That is 610-230-3245. All right, so this is an art class, so you will draw and color. You should obtain materials independently, and you are expected to use those art supplies. Some suggested supplies for you. Obviously, you're going to need paper, so just any kind of printer paper is fine. Just regular printer paper, doesn't have to be any kind of special sketchbook or anything like that. If you have a sketchbook, that's great, but if not, printer paper is fine. Get some colored pencils or crayons, just something to color with. I do recommend getting a black permanent marker or like a dark blue or something like that that's permanent. It'll make it a little bit easier when you're doing some of the projects and you want to get the lines a little bit clearer. So I would suggest that. And then of course we need our pencil with eraser, so make sure you have a good eraser on your pencil. nice sharpened pencil, and bring that sharpened pencil and that paper to class. Sometimes we will be doing something in class where you will be working on the projects, and I'll usually have a note up on the board when we have our live classes, so you'll know. It'll say, have paper and pencil, but you should still bring it just for taking notes and things like that. And then I'll demonstrate in our classes and also through videos on how to do any of the projects that we do have in class. Remember that when you're doing your projects, there are not any like unit assessments where it's a bunch of questions and things like that. We have something different. We have reading checks, which are throughout the course, but there's only a couple questions in each one, usually around 3 questions. So your assessments, and so your unit assessments, your semester assessment, your finals, all of those are going to be project-based. So just make sure that you have the supplies that you need. If you are having difficulty obtaining them, please send me an email and we'll chat about that and figure out how to get you the supplies. Unfortunately, K-12 does not supply the art supplies, so you do need to obtain those independently. But again, those projects are your tests. Those are your unit assessments, your finals, things like that. So just keep that in mind when you are working through those projects, and always reach out for help if you have questions. So in this course, you are going to step away from your computer and draw and color by hand in the class. So don't turn in your computer art. It won't be graded unless the assignment states specifically to use a computer program. So for instance, if you have a project and it says to draw a portrait, you're going to get out your paper and your pencil, and you're going to actually do that on paper. So make sure that you are using your materials that you've obtained on your own. There might be a project that will say to use a computer program, and if there is, it will state that in the directions. Get into your course, the very top of the content, the course content. You'll see the course content, that's where like all your units are. You'll see a raise your hand discussion board. This is a really good resource for you to use. So when you have a question about content or assignment, this is where you can virtually raise your hand and ask a question. If you're going to do that, first check to make sure your question hasn't already been asked by another student and answered, so you may be able to find the answer right away. If it hasn't been asked, then post the question by identifying the lesson that you're talking about. Use the unit and lesson numbers separated by a period. So if you're asking the question about Unit 4, Lesson 3, you could just put in 4.03 and then write your question next to it. And then that way, as soon as I see it, I will answer it within 24 hours. But if you see it, if another student sees it and you know the answer, go ahead and post that answer for the other student that has posted the question. So this is a great way, just for 24/7, it's available to put questions up on there, and then that way you can ask those questions. And hopefully if I'm not on, another student's on and they can answer the question for you, or if I'm online, then I'll answer the question for you. Now, in this course, most projects will be submitted through discussion boards. So you're going to post your work, reply to 2 other students, check the replies to your work, and reply to those students. It's really important not to just respond, good work, or I love it. That doesn't really give any specifics. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are giving clear, constructive feedback to the other students. You want to make sure that you are saying, I really like the color choice you used, or I like the subject matter, or I think you did a really nice job with your shadows and how you use value scale. So we'll work on that throughout the year. That's something that you're going to learn to get better at. Make sure though that you realize that you will be turning those projects in to discussion boards for the most part. And that when you do just put them on those discussion boards, it'll be a chance for everyone to work together and everyone to discuss the artwork. So there'll be constructive criticism, compliments, things like that. It's going to be a give and take, and you will have a discussion with the other students in the course. So to start the course, make sure you go to this welcome to your class folder first. That's going to have your syllabus and all your information that you need to review. Make sure you get your art supplies right away. Don't wait. You don't want to wait until the project comes up and you're like, oh no, I don't have my paper, my pencil, I don't have any crayons or anything to color with. So make sure you get that as soon as possible. Make sure your scanner is working. When we do the art projects, you have to submit and send me a picture of some way that I can see your artwork. So there's a video option within the discussions. You can use that. If you have a digital camera, you can take a photo. If you have a cell phone, obviously you can take a picture with a cell phone, email it to yourself. The school sends the printer scanner, so that it's a scanner, so you can put if it's a two-dimensional, like a flat piece of artwork, you can put that right on that scanner bed and scan your artwork in. So make sure that that's all set up, or you have a way that you're going to be able to turn your work in before we get to a project. And then begin with the welcome to class folder. Hope you guys are super excited about art, learning about art, making art. I know I am. I'm excited for this school year.